That's how it all starts around here, is with the song. Everything should start with a song. Wouldn't that be great? Like you're getting your morning coffee and a song breaks out. And I don't know. I don't know what that means or where that goes, but it's just how random my head is. Hope you guys are doing great. Thank you for being here. Those of you who jumped in the door right away as soon as the lights came on, you're amazing, and you make me feel special and warm. And happy. I'm happy you're here, that's for sure. We've got a epic night, chock full of paranormal goodness just waiting for you here. So I know I was excited to get going tonight, and it's great to see you all coming in. That just even, you know, it's like the frosting on a cake. Cake is fine, but you put frosting on it, it's out of the park. So that's what you guys are, the frosting on my cake. I'm such an idiot. I don't know what I'm even saying most of the time, but I do love you guys, and I appreciate you being here. Phil Funk remembered. Good to see you, Phil. I missed you, Phil. Good to have you back. Where you been? I didn't see you lately. I'm pretty sure you weren't here, so just want to look for a permission slip on my desk whenever you find the time. Thank you. Just kidding. It's good to have you back, though. Thank you for being here. As always, we got T-Bone here, Wizard Moon. Rachel came in right off the bat. Kel is here. How you doing, Kel? Caitlin is in here as well as MCAT. MCAT is an old dear friend of ours. Just a wonderful guy. He's been around the portal since pretty much almost the beginning. If you can believe that. MCAT's been a part of my world forever, so it's great to see you. Sorry, I got a cough. There, I think it's better. I think. Good to see you, Kirsten. Good to have you here. Great to have you. How's Ethan doing? Love the pictures, by the way. He looks good on a horse, I'll say that. He's going to be taming the plains in no time. I can just tell. Good to have everybody here, though. Ked Star, how you doing? Barbara Morris over on Rumble, as is HB Girl to you. So great to have you guys over in Rumble representing. I haven't seen anybody pop up from Facebook or X or Twitch yet, but welcome to any of you might be there. It's kind of itchy cough right when I started playing. I've been sitting here for hours, no cough, nothing. Soon as I start the show, all of a sudden tickles. It's like, damn it. So we got that going for us. Probably a lot of mutant, but it's a mutiny. Arr, mateys. Dogman ate your dock slip. Okay, well, we'll take it this time, Phil. But just anyway. Brent, thanks for the Wednesday. Thanks for doing a Wednesday double. Oh, yeah, it's my pleasure, man. That was fun. I like hanging out with Dave. Dave's a good guy, and I have a lot of fun talking to him. He's an old pro. He's been at this for a long time, and so it's really not heavy lifting for me to just show up on somebody's show, because the labor's on the host. I just got to sit there and respond to whatever is fielded my direction. But yeah, I love hanging out with Dave. We had a good time. Dave's a good soul. I hope most of you, or hope several of you at least, came from Lon Strickler's show. Lon Strickler is, of course, the creator and host of Phantoms and Monsters Radio. And I was just over there hanging out a little bit as I was getting ready for tonight's show. There it came again. Just tickle. Boom. Don't love that a lot. Don't love that too much at all. But it'll pass. It'll pass eventually. Jeez. It's like I'm fully expecting one of these costs to be like, oh, there it is. Okay. But that has not happened yet. But I'm still hopeful. So, yeah, it's great to see you guys. As always, hi, Deborah Neighbors. Good to see you. Bill Simone's in the house as well. Who else is here? The car juice came in. There we are. Got another tickle. It's like something flew down my lung or something. There was a little fruit fly in here. And now I'm in my mind, it's like that's what flew in my lungs. Oh, God. Little tears. Tears and joy. Tears of joy, maybe. That's what we're calling it. Hold on, I gotta get a rag here to wipe my eyeballs. Yeah, that sucks. I have no idea where that came from. It's just... And now, these important messages. Okay, we're back. I got my hairball up finally. It just, it just happened. So that was really weird. It was like just about to start talking. It's like it's like something's right in the top bronchial there, and it's like you get this almost unconscious, itchy. Like I got to cough now. I got to cough now. It's not like you can really control it. So good news is I got better, which is good. Yeah. What did the turkey say when he bumped into the president? Pardon me. Oh, where's Sheldon? Now I wish Sheldon was here because he would love that. We'll have to repeat that one. Phil, put that back up on screen when Sheldon comes in, unless he's seen it. He might be watching the feed as he's chewing on something quick before he comes in. There it goes. Finally all came up. It was like, wow. But it was like such a horrible tickly thing. And I know everybody's experienced it when you get that tickly cough and you're like, that's what it was like. It was horrible. But anyway, I got better, and we are going to be on the move here for the show. Hope you don't mind that quick little musical interlude. That was something I wrote on GarageBand with samples a long time ago. But it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. So anyway, no, I didn't see that disclosure thing, but that is something that's going on out there. That new video or movie that's out looks like it's supposed to be pretty amazing. And a lot of people are walking away going, yeah, there's definitely something going on. So that's cool. I mean, it seems to be actually a video disclosure of sorts. Getting all those official people coming out and going, yeah, I've seen the dead, I've seen the bodies of non-human things. And so I think there's something to it. I really do. Of course, you know, for those of us that have seen the UFOs, we don't really have a doubt anyway. But we got a lot to get to tonight. Obviously, we're going to get to the news here shortly. And Sheldon will be joining us when he can. I don't know what that means, but I know he'll be here when he can. And then we'll get to the Thought Catalog article. I just realized Chucky came in and totally rocked out another question of the week, even though we didn't read last week's question of the week. So I was toying with the idea of reading one tonight and then one tomorrow, and then we'd be up to speed. But I might just lag behind a week just to, you know, and then if Chucky wants to just take it easy on Thanksgiving week, he can. I mean, he can do it either way, but you know what I mean. Chucky's a rock star for the question of the week, and so he keeps it rolling for us. It's like, now I got all this shit coming up. Sorry, I didn't mean to cuss, but I guess it's French. It's what I've heard. So just consider this your cultural experience here on the portal. That's what everybody says. Excuse my French. Well, there you go. Pardonnez-moi. There. So all of this is all packaged up for you guys. Hopefully you'll be entertained as the night goes on. Special thanks to all of you for being here as we are. Still just like a bucket of this crap coming. But let's see. Car Juice came in over on Rumble. That's good to see you. I did some shout outs, but Isaac's in here as well. We got Isaac, Kirsten. I'm sure baby Ethan's with us. And yeah, I will, for Isaac and Kirsten, I'll look into getting one of those made for you guys as soon as I can. They're going to make them a Paranormal Portal onesie. I can't wait to see that picture and show it to you guys. That's going to be so awesome. Isaac will have his shirt on. Kirsten will have hers. And then, of course, baby Ethan will have his. It's the Portal family. The very first Portal family. I am kind of international. You're right, Rachel. I know a little bit of French. Pardon, comment allez-vous? But no, I'm not. I don't speak French. So Chris Jarvis is in here. Good to see you. So much Jake is here from Blue Line Bigfoot. Good to have you here, brother. Miss 8 Lane C. Elaine. Oh, Elaine. That's Elaine. I got it. Jake, you make reading your chats almost impossible, brother. It's almost a foreign tongue in and of itself. Hello, S. Lawson. Good to see you. How you doing? Wonderful to have you here. Thanks for coming in. And Aussie Boss Tiger's in here as well. Still haven't seen anybody pop in from Facebook or YouTube, or not YouTube, Facebook or Twitch is what I meant to say, or X for that matter. I haven't seen anybody pop in from any of those, but that's okay. If you're out there watching, kick back, relax, enjoy yourself. Hi, what did I say? Darity? Hi, Darity. That's a new name. Awesome. I love it when new names pop up. And not that I don't love the old names that have always been here, but it is really cool to see you guys. We have, of course, Sheldon will be here. As I mentioned, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. So I don't know. What do you guys think? I think we'll just do the question of the week tomorrow night and then just have one on standby, just in case, because Chucky might have a lot of plans over the holidays. I don't know what's going on, and it'd be nice if he didn't have to worry about it. So I think we'll just do that. We're kind of one extra because we ended up having, of course, Brandon Wright here last Saturday night for the for his show, talking about his show, which is Tinfoil Tales. Sorry. T-Bone rolling it in with the gifted. Thank you so much, T-Bone. Gifting 5 memberships to the portal, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see who got one. It looks like so far, Dara D, you got one. You're right in the door, and you got a free 30-day membership to the channel. Congratulations. Your name will be green for a while. There's also special emojis if you do like, I think if you do like colon Patty colon Patty. I think that's what it is. Let me just try it out now. And then Patty. Yep, there it is. You'll see it on the screen there. That's a custom emoji. There's several others in the chat as well for members. You got custom emojis, but that's the Patty. There you go. Aussie Tiger. Maggie did it. T-Bone put him up there. So who else got one? Chris Jarvis, you are a member now, brother. Congratulations. Josh Casto. Awesome, brother. Double dipping. And we got OPR8R357. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Operator. I get it. Nice. Operator. It's clever. I love that stuff. And Jimbo682, you are all month-long members of the channel, so thank you so much, T-Bone, for making that possible. And for all 5 of you, you're welcome to keep your membership rolling, or otherwise, thanks for giving it a shot. I appreciate it. But thanks, T-Bone, for making that happen. Hiya, Maggie. Good to see you. And I'm just looking to see if there's anybody I haven't said hello to, but it looks like the chat is just flying. You guys are busy. I guess it's time for the news. What do you guys feel like? You want to know what's going on in the world? Is there a D-hole emoji yet? You know, Rachel did a picture. It's actually hanging over here on the wall, and she actually cropped it. It's in the Discord, and you're right. It's just been on my to-do list for like 2 years now or better. So I will have to get that ported into an emoji for you guys. The D-hole. Got to have the D-hole. Thank you, Rachel. I look at that every day. And other artwork you guys have sent me is over here on the wall and over there and over there. So you guys are surrounding me. If you ever want to send me a piece of art, go to paranormalportal.net. Something you've made is awesome. But go to paranormalportal.net and go down to the bottom of the page. There's a P.O. box address if you feel like you want to share some of your crafts. I don't care if it's a crayon drawing of me. It's just neat to cover some of the other stuff on these walls, because you know, and those are really big motivators for me. It's like I love doing these shows, and I would do them if only, you know, 1 person or 2 people were hanging out in here, and I have done that back when the show was starting. But it's such a motivator to look up when the live shows are going on and see all these names pop up, and it just energizes me. And I was like, well, the idea occurred to me that I got a lot of blank walls in the studio room here, and it's like, why not you guys decorate that? And then it would be a constant reminder, just like when your chat names come up, how exciting that is for me. I can look around the room and go, wow, this is the family. So I'd appreciate it if you want to do that. I'd love to, you know, see what you guys make about the portal or about me, or what, you know, whatever you want, as long as it's not hurtful and mean. Thank you so much, everybody. So let's get to the news. Josie, how you doing? Good. Thanks for coming in. Josie's here. Is that a new name? I don't know if Josie Nebby. That's cool. I think that's a new name, but if you're a rebrand, I don't know. I know YouTube's doing a lot of goofy stuff with the names. I know a lot of people, even I was watching Lon's show before this, which is a great place to start on Friday nights, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Friday nights are packed full of paranormal wonder and goodness, because you can start out at 6 p.m. Pacific time or 9 p.m. Eastern time and hang out with Lon Strickler on Phantoms and Monsters Radio, watch his live stream for an hour, and then come over here to the portal for 2 hours. And then after the portal, you can go hang out with Mr. Dave Scott in Spaced Out Radio. It's a 3-show, the trifecta of Friday, the Friday trifecta, and it's an amazing lineup. I'm thrilled to be a part of it, surrounded by 2 amazing guys. which sounded more creepy than I meant it. But I don't know how to recover from that. I don't know. Sometimes I should have a filter between my mouth and this, and probably could keep stupid stuff from happening. But anyway, let's get to the news and find out what's going on in the world around us, because right now I don't really know much anything. So we'll learn together. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the news. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Paranormal Portal News Desk. I'm your anchor, Brent Thomas, and I see author, illustrator BJ Lapierre says, "Hi there, Brent, Josie, and Kel tagged over with me. Awesome friends and fellow mod friends." Oh, fantastic. Well, thank you for bringing in your friends. It was Bring a Friend night, so you brought two, so you got enough to cover somebody else that's in the chat with one. How about the rest of you? I'm just kidding. It's always Bring a Friend night here on the portal, so don't ever forget that. But this is the news. This is where we cover news and stories from around the world. Boondock Mojo Corey Cole is here. How you doing, Boondock? Good to see you, man. That music is scrappy. Every song you'll hear on this show is something I've written and recorded. So that was something I wrote years ago. I had to get rid of the disco music because I didn't write that. And apparently the people that did write that were giving me copyright strikes. So I had to get rid of the bad disco music on the news. And I put in that thing that I wrote for now. But we have a listener over in, I think he's over across the pond in Europe. And he's going to put together a song for the news. He said he's a songwriter and asked if I'd let him do that or if I wanted him to. And I'm like, yeah, for sure. So, yeah. Unknown says, crap, I didn't know it was Bring a Friend night. Doesn't matter. I don't have any. You're surrounded by them. What do you mean? You're in a chat room full of them. We are your friends, brother. You are a part of our family. So Sparky's Paranormal and Outdo. I don't know the names again. YouTube's screwing up the names, but hello, Sparky's. Good to see you. I will ask, guys, that throughout the course of the show, I utilize a lot of different sites, websites. These sites are incredible and amazing. So please, I implore you, give these sites your love. Go visit them. Go research this stuff on these sites, because there's tons of this information over on these sites. And I don't know if you've ever run a website, but if you have a really popular website or it gets a lot of traffic, it really gets expensive. So please give your traffic to these sites, because that does equal revenue for them. You know, every site has ads or promotions of some kind. And they do get reimbursed by traffic numbers. So your traffic really does keep the lights on for a lot of these sites. So go visit them, give them your love, because these are the best sites I've ever found. Mark Paul's over on Facebook. Hello, good to see you. So we're going to get to the news right now, as I've just been flapping my lips far too long tonight. But here we go. The first story on our news festival of fun here is... actually it kind of has to do with the disclosure stuff. It's coming from the UFO phenomena files of unexplained-mysteries.com. And I'm going to pull it up just to see. Yeah, it looks like it's framed good, so that's good. Here we go. Marco Rubio on UFO whistleblowers. Why make something up? Now, I know that politics right now are a really charged topic. There's very, very tribal right now, this side or this side. But honestly, I think most of us lie between the sides, and, you know, that's okay. But it's just very, very polarized. And that's really unfortunate right now. So when names of the existing, government come up, people often like, those guys. So just, please just know that on the portal, we don't get political at all. I understand everybody has their viewpoints and stuff, but, leave the politics at the door before you come in. Because It's a list. The ghost box says list. There is a list. And a lot of politicians are on those lists. There's a big shit list. No, I'm just kidding. So anyway, let's check out this article. I do know that Marco Rubio's really been a pretty vocal proponent for this, and he is in that new Disclose documentary. So I think that's pretty solid stuff. Anyway, let's see what this article says with Marco Rubio. It says the U.S. Secretary of State is adamant that the UFO phenomena deserves to be taken a lot more seriously. Rubio, who is one of the more prominent figures appearing in Dan Farah's New Age of Disclosure documentary, recently spoke to News Nation's Joe Khalil about the topic of UFOs. Things are flying over sensitive, restricted airspace in the U.S., and they claim is not ours, he said. That alone is reason to look into this stuff. My biggest fear in all of this, frankly, is that some adversary has made a technological leap. And that would be really bad news, and we would be caught flat-footed on it. Rubio also touched upon the subject of UFO whistleblowers such as David Grush, who had controversially claimed that the U.S. government has been involved in a multi-decade program to recover and attempt to reverse engineer crashed UFOs or UAPs. Definitely UFOs. I don't know, maybe they crash UAPs too, but I always think of UAPs and just figure that's something we did. So he'd also claimed that non-human biologics had been found at some of these crash sites. One of two things here are true, said Rubio. Either what he is saying is true or partially true, and we have some really smart, educated people with high clearances and very important positions in our government who are crazy and leading us on a goose chase. Either one is a problem. Overall, he argues that it's difficult to assess credibility due to the stigma attached to the subject. Fair enough. Most people hear there's aliens in the sky and they just go, oh, turn off, turn off the ears. What's on TV? What incentive would people with those qualifications have? These are very serious people to come forward and make something up, he asked. He does make a good point, but then perhaps it's possible that individuals like Grush are basing their claims on rumors that they believe to be true, even if they aren't. Ultimately, without full disclosure, we may never know for sure what is true and what isn't. There you go. I will say this. I don't think, and I've been saying this for a while, so if you've been around the show, you've heard me say this a bunch, but I don't think that disclosure means as much now as it once did. Because I think, if anything, the last, 8 years, 10 years, whatever, has really shown us that truth is often muddy waters. In the terms of news and information, that is an incredibly tumultuous possibility of what is true and what isn't. Even when you hear, oh, this is true, can you really trust that? I think that probably the greatest victim of our modern age is truth. Like, it's the hardest thing to ascertain right now, because there are people that have no problem telling you something is true, even if they know it isn't. There are no problem. They have no trouble obfuscating truth and confusing truth and misidentifying truth and just absolutely muddying the waters of what is truth. So it's hard to know, but I do think that for most people, I think with the emergence of the Tic Tac videos, and Brandon and I think we're talking about this on his appearance when he was on the show, but most of us look at the Tic Tac video and we hear these military people saying, we don't know what it is, and that's a very sobering thought, that there's something out there we don't know what it is, or at least most of us don't know what it is. I can't say it's not engineered by some program somewhere, but by and large, there's still things flying around that don't appear to be ours, and they're doing a lot more than our stuff does, so I think we already kind of are at the disclosure point anyway, but I guess it wouldn't hurt if we had an official statement to that fact. Brent, actually, you're Brent. I don't think anybody cares either way or anymore. What? What does that mean? Agreed, Brent. Maggie says agreed. Thank you, Maggie. Appreciate agreement. I like that. Hey, Batman, good to see you. S. Lawson says, I agree, especially on the net. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it would be nice if they just came out and said, look, we got things in our skies. We don't know where they are. We don't know who's driving them. We don't know how they work. And we're looking into it. Oh, okay, great. I don't expect them to know everything. I mean, nobody knows everything about anything, really. So that's just another thing on the pile of things we don't know. Hell, this show is based on everything we don't know. So it's kind of our wheelhouse here in the paranormal, supernatural, Fortean communities and strange phenomena communities. So I don't know. I don't know. What do you do? We'll just keep waiting and watching and seeing how all of this unfolds. But it's definitely a developing story, folks. So let's get to the next story that we're developing as well. Speaking of aliens, this one is from the metaphysics and psychology files of unexplained-mysteries.com. This is British woman believes she is an extraterrestrial entity. There you go. I mean, these claims, I will be completely transparent with you. I've had many people throughout the course of me doing this show coming up and telling me, look, I am this, I am that. And I don't know what to do with that, honestly. Is it possible? Maybe. I mean, we've certainly all heard of the alien hybrid theory that aliens are creating hybridized offspring of, with people and having these, these hybrid creatures. I don't know. They're not creatures, but hybrid individuals. And so I really do believe that they're probably already here and living amongst us anyway. So it is impossible? No, but I also don't know that if it was true that someone would be out waving a flag going, I'm not from here, I just don't know how that would be a wise choice. But anyway, so when you hear claims like that, and there's a lot of claims like that, I met somebody who was absolutely sure that she was a lizard princess, but the good kind, at a conference. She was a very nice lady, but do I believe she was a lizard princess from, I forget where she was from, allegedly, but no, I guess I don't. But that's just me. I don't know what to say to that. It's tough. So it's really easy for people to make extraordinary claims, but extraordinary claims then would seem to suggest require extraordinary evidence to substantiate that. Otherwise, you're just another person making noise, So I don't think skepticism is a bad thing in this realm. And I wrestle with it myself because I do have an open mind. And it may not sound like that as I'm talking right now, but at the same time, I don't think you can blindly just go, oh, is that what you are? Okay, that's what you are. I don't think we can do that because, and retain credibility. I think we have to look at this stuff with at least questioning and find clarification if it's possible. But anyway, let's see what this one says. I'm kind of interested here. Rosanna Hannes, Hannes? Does that look like heinous to you, or Hannes? Is one of a quite sizable group of people who believe that they're literal aliens from another world. It might sound strange. Yes, it does. But there exist thousands of people around the world known as starseeds who are convinced that they are in fact extraterrestrials, either from other worlds or other dimensions, and who believe that they have come to Earth and they now inhabit a human body. What do you think of that, Sheldon?
Nah?
Okay. Let's continue. Rosanna Hannes, a woman who lives in Brighton, England, believes that she is one such individual. In a recent interview with The Sun, she explained that she had always had a fascination with dreams and the unexplained, and had previously had a premonition about the death of her uncle. I don't think that's necessarily a qualifier to say you're now an alien, but we'll continue. I'd have vivid dreams where I was soaring high above buildings, open country, and the ocean, she said. It was so vivid, it felt like it was real. Well, that's lucid dreaming. I used to get those once in a while too, and not for quite some time, but I love those where you can fly. Yeah. The dreams didn't frighten me. In fact, I love them. But when I told my friends about them, they seemed confused. In later life, she became convinced that she was in fact a member of a technologically advanced alien race and that her home planet was somewhere in the Pleiades, around 440 light years away. My memories had been wiped before traveling to Earth to help me acclimatize.
I had it in my head.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Acclimates, basically.
Yeah, acclimated, she said. But but I knew that what I needed to do on Earth, overcome my own challenges and teach others through my example. I think that's probably everybody's job, honestly. It's my job to help others get in touch with their highest self and fulfill their soul purpose. To most other people, this might sound completely nonsensical, but ultimately, we really have no way of knowing for sure whether there is any truth to this or not. It's perhaps not outside the realms of possibility, especially if you happen to believe in reincarnation, that someone might have been an alien in their past life. Given that there are thousands of people with similar beliefs around the world, the starseeds phenomena is likely to remain a topic of debate and intrigue for years to come. Thousands of them, but when you're looking at a pool of over 8 billion, that's still a small percentage, or fraction of a percentage, you know?
Yeah. It's kind of like you said earlier. Is it possible? Sure. But like you said, the skepticism in me, if you were that, you wouldn't be waving your flag.
Yeah. And not to suggest it's not possible. I think it's very possible there are people that even tune into this show that might not be from here, because it's a great show, of course. But, yeah. But at any rate, I don't know, I don't know that if this was the truth of a person's truth, that they would be like waving a flag and publicly stating this. I think if they're truly from another planet, the objective is to blend in, not stand out, Yeah. I don't think that would be wise. But, Phil Funk's got a joke for you, Sheldon, in chat.
I read it.
I asked him to repeat it when you got here, because I was like, Sheldon will love that.
Yeah, I did.
Well, way to go, Phil. All right, so that's the second news article. But there's more. There's always more. At least one more. Because we do 3. This is a chair I want, Sheldon. I should be careful what I say. But this seems like a really cool chair. You ever been like sitting at your desk and you're like, I gotta go to the bathroom and get something at the fridge. And you're like, I don't feel like getting up and going to the bathroom and getting something for the fridge, right? I mean, everybody's been there.
See where this is going? Yeah.
This is a chair for you. If I just described you, I just found your chair. Here you go. Bizarre crab-like robotic chair can literally carry someone upstairs.
Oh, okay. I thought I was thinking in a different direction. I thought it was like a chair that doubles as a toilet and a little refrigerator.
Jesus.
I was thinking that's not a good idea, because your room would just smell.
What if it leaked?
Like poop all the time.
What if it leaked? Yeah, that'd be horrible.
Yeah, no. Okay. I like this idea better.
Yeah, this one's cool. It'll bring you to where you can take care of that. This remarkable contraption, which could one day replace wheelchairs, was debuted at this week's Japan Mobility Show. Thank you, Maggie.
Maggie, thank you.
For people with disabilities, wheelchairs may soon become a thing of the past thanks to the invention of a novel new mobility device that is essentially a seat on 4 legs that can walk around like a crab. This sounds amazing. I'm sorry. This sounds awesome. This is the future I've been waiting for right there, folks. Yes, I'm lazy. Sorry. It's true. Developed by Toyota, a device known as the Walk Me features 4 articulated legs that can carry a user along the ground, up and down stairs, and can even boost them to reach things that are up high. Each of the 4 legs, which is encased within a soft, colorful material, operate independently. The device even possesses some level of self-awareness thanks to its onboard LiDAR, which enables it to detect how close it is to walls and other objects. Built-in stability sensors also ensure that the user is comfortable and stable during movement. For controls, the user can manually tilt the seat to change direction, while a digital interface also provides a more nuanced option to control the chair's movements. As things stand, the device is still at the prototype stage, but it's interesting to imagine a future in which people with mobility issues can move around in one of these. Whether it will actually make it to the market, however, remains to be seen. You can see the Walk Me in action in the video below. Guess what we're going to do? We're gonna watch the Walk Me. What happens if you're on the way to like the kitchen and it runs out of charge? Do you just wait till somebody gets you an extension cord, or do you get up and take care of that?
You just army crawl.
Just army crawl. I'm gonna make it. I need that sandwich. There you go. All right, let's take a look at the Walk Me. I think this is brilliant, wonderful. This is the future I've been waiting for. Let's see what that looks like.
Toyota has introduced a groundbreaking mobility concept called Walk Me at the Japan Mobility Show 2025.
Take my money.
This innovative autonomous wheelchair redefines assistive movement by replacing traditional wheels with 4 robotic foldable legs designed to move like living limbs.
Look at that.
Unlike standard wheelchairs.
Okay, I'm going to get rid of the music before I get YouTube spanked. But yeah, there it is. Just walks around. I want somebody to sit on that. Let's make it happen.
Man, we are getting closer and closer to the world of Wall-E.
Yep,
those people that were on those hover beds.
Yeah.
Yep, we're getting closer.
Everybody's about $3. They don't even get out of bed anymore. They just lay there.
Yep.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I think that being the prototype stage means it can't actually support people right now, but they're working on it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know, like if it was a incredibly obese person, I don't know if it has the strength. I don't know. Because it doesn't look like it's like thick.
No.
Kind of structure.
Right. Now, I will say that if that's as fast as it goes, you better never get explosive diarrhea because you're going to have trouble. That's going to take you a while. You better plan way ahead for that deal.
Keep it charged at all times.
Yeah, no kidding. That is crazy, though. That's really cool. I think
it's cool. I think it's really cool.
Yep, I think it's awesome. Yep, very cool. There you go. You might never have heard of that before, folks, but there it is. It is a little walking chair that'll take care of everything for you. Look.
Wait a minute. There's no like controls on it.
I'm sure there is.
I don't see I guess I just don't see the controls.
Right. It's probably a little handheld remote control thing, like like a joystick kind of thing.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, it's probably something just simple like that.
Hook up my Xbox controller to it. Let's go forward.
Well, a guy's got to have dreams. There you go. That's brand new. I was today old when I heard about this, but I'm looking forward to the future. That's it. There it is. That's the future I'm waiting for.
There we go. I like that.
Yeah, that was cool.
Linda, thank you.
What did Linda? Oh, Linda. Thank you, Linda. Linda gifted a membership, folks. That's 6 on the day. Linda and T-Bone coming in. Linda gave 1 membership, and it went to Bonnie Brown, who is now
welcome in.
Yeah, welcome to the membership part of our world. And congratulations if you want to keep it up. Thank you. If you don't, thanks for giving it a shot. But thank you, Linda, for making that happen. That's really, really cool. Very cool. What's recorded in the portal, Joseph?
I have no idea.
I don't know what Joseph is saying. I don't know either. All right, well, there you go. That was the news, and which brings us to getting back to the rest of the program. So are you ready, Sheldon? Oh, Linda did it again?
Always.
Linda, you did it again.
Oh, my God, Linda.
Thank you so much. That's very sweet.
Going crazy.
And Leah McMillan got one. And so, once again, Linda, thank you so much. That's very nice of you. Appreciate it. Let's get back to the rest of the show.
It's the old version.
Yeah, me too. But since I started getting copyright, not strikes, but claims, and that means that basically whoever owns the music gets to take the advertising money that's gained for a show. And there's years of that song, that song on my YouTube. So dope, getting good. I don't know. What do you do? I gotta get this turned off. I saw that was still on. Sorry about that. That's not what we're doing now. I just wanted to. I mishit it before, and I was like, "Ooh, we're not doing the cryptid corner yet. It's gonna be a little bit, but we are gonna do a thought." Oh,
whoa,
Linda!
Jeez. Woo.
Thank you, Linda, once again with 3 gifted memberships on the evening. That one goes to Twin. Congratulations, Twin. Nice. Received a membership gift level Portal Peeps. That's awesome. I hope you guys like it. I mean, I've definitely got to start doing live streams for members again. It's something I talk about quite a bit, but I do apologize, guys. I don't know. I'm just chasing my tail all the time, and it's tough to keep up. So I hope you guys are understanding, those of you who are members. But my hope and my goal is to make that worth your while, to continue to be membership of the channel. All right, Joanne B7. Wonder why YouTube's doing that, putting in all those extra characters, the numbers and stuff after.
It's got to be an option you can turn off or something, because I know some channels don't have it like this.
Yeah, I've seen that some. I don't know. It seems to be on YouTube's end though. It does seem to be on YouTube's end. I don't think it usually wasn't that way here, so they must have done an update or something.
Of course. Always gotta update
Batman.
Something.
Jeez.
Whoa.
You guys are killing it tonight.
On a roll.
On a roll. And it looks like Ramiro got one tonight. So congratulations, Ramiro. Special thanks, Batman. Appreciate it, brother. You guys are great. That's incredible. Did you how long were you watching before you came on to the show, Sheldon?
Probably 2 minutes.
Oh, so you like literally just boom came in? Okay.
Yep.
Because I was just starting the show and it was like suddenly I had a little tickle in my lung. You know, one of those really annoying tickles that you have to cough.
Yeah.
Yeah. It hit me right before the show. I was like,
oh, jeez.
Yeah, I was just hacking, but it got better or better. I don't know which is the right way. Now, sometimes with the English accent, you hear better, I think, or they don't say T's. You know, they kind of like
What?
like kind of like the the slang button. Got to put up my button. You know, button, and it's not like button and but some English accents do pronounce the T's like better. You know, so I don't know.
That's better.
Yeah, I think it's regional. When I was over in England I think it was 2006, I think, somewhere around there.
Long time ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. But I went over there, and my friend Marty had a more southern kind of accent, which is much more smooth, but the northern accents, which is his girlfriend, was very, very hard for me to understand. Like even like, you know how we say no?
Yeah.
And Marty would say like no, but she would go no like that, and I was like, what'd you say? No, like that. And it was literally like that. That's how she is, very close to that. And I was like, what was that word? I felt like an absolute idiot, but I'd never heard that strong of an accent before. And it was literally like there was a lot of words I didn't know what she was saying. And I felt like, wow, this is really odd. But it's still English, just a different...
I read this somewhere. I don't know if this is true or not, or if it's just a bunch of habooey. But I heard that like back in Shakespeare times, like the accent, they spoke closer to like how we do, like more clear and less of a strong accent than they do now.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know if that's true or not.
I wouldn't have any idea. Maggie says, like, I pronounce my T's sometimes. If I'm excited or laughing, I'll say bottle of water.
Oh, that's right.
Got it. I got irritated with my handle being used and not my name, so I changed my handle to my name. Well, that works. That'll work, Josie.
That works.
It's one way of taking care of that problem. Good point. Man, 420 Man from the West said, I created my own language. Nice. Very good. All right. Well, let's get moving on to the article that we're going to get to right now, folks. This is an article from Thought Catalog. And Thought Catalog is an incredible repository of some really great Reddit scrape articles. And by Reddit scrape, I mean the authors of the articles will post a question on Reddit. And the responses they get becomes the body of the article. Like they might ask, hey, what's any of you that are in healthcare, tell us your creepiest paranormal story. And so people will respond. And that becomes these articles. And I love those articles. Now, the problem with those articles is that most of the stories are just one paragraph and you can't ask questions. There's not a lot of back information, but, there's still really cool glimpses into a whole lot of people's experiences. So I love them for that because they are so incredibly, such incredible articles in order to discuss things. And they've been exceptionally entertaining. And this one was written by Emily Madriga. It's from 2020, so it's a few years old. But the paranormal stuff is always in season. There's not a like if it's 80 years old or 8 minutes old, paranormal stories still are just as valid. So this article is 23 doctors and nurses share the paranormal stories that make me believe. So we're going to get to this now. We're on Bloody Ghost. We've been at this over a couple shows so far, but we're going to hit this again here. This is Bloody Ghost. And this looks like this. Just put it up on screen so you can read it with me. This story is more about my mom. She's a nurse, and she was walking through her nursing home and acting like it was a normal day, but it wasn't. People were looking at her really weirdly, and after a couple hours, someone asked her what happened to her child. She asked what they're talking about, and they said that everyone has been seeing a bloody boy walking beside her all day. Well, then she looked behind her, and of course nobody was there. And then all day after that, people kept asking her what happened to her child. When she got home, she looked up every incident at her nursing home, and she found something about a murder, but I don't remember the whole story, and that was by Marshmallow 88888. So I think we might have read that one last time. That was probably the last one we read, but it's still creepy, like a little child apparition following her around.
Creepy.
It is, right? It's, and I will say this is a nursing home. I do think that there is definitely a correlation between end of life and people becoming so much more receptive to seeing spiritual stuff like that. Like there's something about people in that twilight zone of the ending of their life and the journey to the next life, that they do become much more sensitive and aware of spiritual energies.
That does make sense.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. And again, there's stories upon stories upon stories of people that work in nursing homes seeing these people that are right on the fringe of passing on, suddenly talking to deceased spouses and family members that have gone on before them and having robust discussions, much like you would see with children that have these incredible visitations by spirits. So it is pretty profound.
It's like when you're close to one side of the door, like when you're beginning, there's that period. And then at the end, there's that period where you're more sensitive to these things.
Yes, absolutely. So let's go to the next one, which is Hannah. And it says, we had a little boy come by ambulance and he was a toddler. His parents had put him to bed and he was with a cold. So he was sick, apparently. Nothing serious, but developed tragically into more, and he started coming in and out of consciousness. We had to do a rapid intubation, and he ended up passing away a few days later. Oh, what a horrible heartbreak. Oh, my God. Before Mom and Dad made it to the hospital, he kept talking about his baby sister, Hannah. Well, not soon after, we had to life-saving measures. I guess we had to perform life-saving measures, and I was distraught because I had a son similar in age and a daughter named Hannah. Fast forward approximately 2 years later, family comes in with a sick infant, and they remembered me. I did once I recalled their story, and I was their provider again, and their daughter's name was Hannah. It startled me, and I recalled with clarity the boy speaking of his sister, whom I assumed was alive and at home. No, she wasn't even conceived yet. Wow, and that was by R. Kellern. Kellern.
Oh my God.
Right? That's pretty cool.
Jeez.
So somehow this young boy was in that state where he was right on the edge, had perfect knowledge of this child that would be coming. That's incredible.
Huh.
What is available to us? What is it that we have the ability to potentially know if we could just figure out how to get to that awareness? Because
there is one experience that's kind of similar that I have. I mean, I've talked to you about it before,
Sure.
but just to share it onto the show, do you remember me talking about that when you and Mom were in that old house and you were doing something on like the upper portion? I don't know if it was putting in that like there's the
wallpaper border.
Yeah. I have a memory of you two doing that, and yet I remember at least last time I talked to you about it, like, oh, you weren't even born yet. You
Yeah.
couldn't remember that. You weren't around yet.
Yeah.
But I do remember you two doing that.
It's like you were there.
Yes. I actually have a memory of that.
Yeah. No, that's incredibly profound. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You knew where you were going. You just had to wait to get here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that is cool. We definitely put that in after you were born. Yeah.
It was after? Also, it was live?
No, I mean before you were born, rather. Sorry.
Oh, before. Okay.
Because when we moved in initially into that old house, it needed a lot of love, and we did a lot of painting and a lot of cleaning and a lot of decorating. And one of the things was a wallpaper border along the ceiling in the living room, right above right on the boundary of the ceiling. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that would have been definitely before you were born. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
True story. Yeah. So there you go. You've got a story like that. That's cool.
I have one experience.
I don't think I got any, although I do have a memory. And I asked my mom, who did we used to visit that lived on a farm? And she goes, what? And I said, yeah, I remember going out to pick up my brothers, and we were in this vehicle, and there was like piles of hay. It wasn't like bales of hay. It was like these heaps of hay. And I said, who would that have been? She goes, we never ever had any friends out on a farm. I was like, oh. So I always assume maybe that was an earlier memory of some former incarnation. I don't know. I mean, it's spitballing ideas or trying to make sense of it. But yeah, I do believe in reincarnation. So I think that could be possible. That's a cool story. The little boy knew he would have a sister.
That's so cool.
It is. And it's kind of beautiful because you would always think like, oh, I wish you could have known your older brother, but he passed. And it's like, he did know her. And so that's kind of sweet,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next one. A dark figure. My aunt is a nurse and told me some stories, but this one stuck with me. There's an old lady who insisted on being strapped down at night in her bed. She told my aunt that there was a dark figure that was trying to grab her and take her out of the room, where she would die. My aunt and other nurses oblige, and for the next few nights, she would check on her, and it would look as though someone was trying to pull her from the bed randomly while she slept. My aunt is then off, and whoever is this lady's nurse doesn't strap her down at night, and nurses found the old lady dead, laying on the floor by the door, her hand stretched out past the door and into the hallway. Oh, that's horrifying.
Jeez.
All she wanted to do is restrained. She knew. And then one lady's like, no, I'm not going to do that. And it's like, wah, wah, wah. Circle _ wrote that one. That's creepy.
Wow.
Sometimes you hear those stories about these, hospitals and old people homes, the people that are visited by something not nice. Like, there's so many stories I've heard through the years of these people that were just bastards. Like, they're just horrible people, yelling at the nursing staff and just being horrible, just like not even common nice at all. They'd just be just foul people. And then they're on their deathbed and they're like, this one story, this guy was like, he'd been just a pain in the ass for the entire staff at this hospital. And he was right on the door of being gone, but he started being visited by this creepy black, demonic thing. And he would start hollering to the nurses, there's something in my room. It's and he'd explain it. And they were like, oh, well, we don't see anything. And then he would pass out again, like go into a coma. Well, then he was like, he coded, and they did resuscitative measures on him and brought him back. He's like, don't let me die. Don't let me die. I'm not going with him. I don't want to go with them. And it's like, what are you talking about? Those black demons, they're coming to get me. They're coming to get me. And then the guy's in sheer terror, hollering, yelling, screaming, and then he died. And it's like, you never, did you ever see that movie Ghost?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So like those shadowy things.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Horrible thought. Like that's where you're going. Oh God. Yeah. Terrible stuff.
Yeah. God. Yeah. That's one thing I don't want to ever find out is if, I mean, I have my beliefs on it. I don't know. I don't have a pinpointed exact belief on it, but I mean, if hell's real, I never, ever, no.
Yeah. No, it's not a place to aspire to. Hey, Bigfoot, Michigan Rob. Good to see you, brother. Good to have you here. So yeah, I think there is something about that, but let's see what the next one is. The next one is the woman. I used to work in a nursing home as both a CNA and an LPN. And while nothing too crazy happened, there were definitely things that happened that were out of the ordinary. I remember one time after someone had died, I was cleaning up their body and the door to the room swung wide open, even though it had been firmly latched, and nobody was there. It gave me the creeps, and there were instances of furniture being moved, lights turning on and off by themselves, and toilets randomly flushing by themselves as well. And I also remember I had one resident one night who asked me to make sure I closed the door to the closet, and that was at the end of her bed. And she told me that when it was open, that woman kept going in and out of it all night, and it kept her awake. Ugh.
No, jeez.
That was by Eternal Refuge 86. That's a wild story, huh?
Another hospital story.
Yeah, these are all hospital doctors and nurses staff. So all of,
I thought this was stories that made me believe. Okay.
Yeah, the first part of it is 23 nurses and doctors share the paranormal stories that make me believe. Yeah.
Oh, that make me. Oh, I see. Okay, gotcha.
All right.
Okay, I was like, wow, there's a lot of them. Wow.
Yeah. No, just these. But death predictions is next. I'm an ICU nurse. A patient's son rang the hospital at 11 p.m. on a Saturday night saying he was sure his dad was dying. His dad had a severe stroke and was doing okay. Recovery would be difficult, but he wasn't expected to die, and it was pretty stable at the time. I was looking after him, and he was a lot of work because he would try to get up but couldn't walk, so he fell a lot. The son really wanted to come in, even though it was way past visiting hours, but, I'll bend the rules in a good cause. And I figured, what the heck, it's Saturday night, come on in and sit with your dad. The patient died about 2 minutes before his son walked in the door. It was like a switch was turned off. He just died. The last thing he said to me was, "Am I bothering anyone?" I told him, of course not, even though he had some very frustrating behavior because of the stroke. The son just started crying and screaming, "I knew it!" How the heck he knew, we were all a bit freaked out. That was by Penguin Tummy. Yeah, I mean, wow. That's so sad he didn't make it, though, He was just about there, just like 2 minutes away. And then it was like, boom, lights out, Like they could have at least just made it and been there for that moment for his, for him and for his father. That's sad.
Incredibly.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Wow, poor guy. This one is she wanted her ring. Said, when I worked at the funeral home, I was told a story about an elderly lady that had died. And the husband said he wanted her to be buried with her ring as she never took it off. My coworker was in the morgue and was washing the body, and she removed the ring to mark it down on the paperwork. And as soon as she did, a styrofoam head they used for wigs went flying across the room. She just said out loud, all right, I'll put your ring back on. And there were no more disturbances. That was by Wacky Detective. Yeah, she did not want that ring off.
You don't touch that ring.
It is funny though, isn't it? Because I mean, it's like my feeling is this: like when my days are done, don't bury me with gold and stuff. Keep that.
Yeah.
The family should have it. But for her, it was a symbol of her love, and that was important. And who knows what story's behind that? But yeah, I can understand wanting to keep that part though. But yeah,
I always think it's, I mean, maybe like, kind of like we've talked about before, I'm sure there's a transitionary period maybe, but at the same time, I mean, when you're gone, when you're spirit, I mean, I can't imagine you'd care about that kind of stuff anymore, because you're on a whole different world. You're in a whole different plane of existence. Like,
I guess the question is, do you go right away?
Well, that's what I was wondering. Like, if there's a transition, like maybe you're still around, and then you eventually, head off to or phase out or whatever the case may be.
I think when we hear about near-death experience stories, it's like, boom, you're in this state, and then suddenly, pow, the light comes on, you see the tunnel, and you go. And then you have this experience, and then you come back. But maybe when it's actual passing, like not just a near-death, but actual death, maybe it's a much more slow process. Like, because it seems to me that near-death experience people are supposed to have this experience to bring it back to us. Kind of as a reassurance, like, hey, I was hanging out with Jesus and we were talking and it was amazing. Or I saw my dead parents and it was wonderful. And they come back with these stories, and those stories give us hope, and they give us calm and peace. So they have to go quick and then come back because it's not their time. But they come back with those stories for all of us. But maybe when you pass, it's much more drawn out, and okay, you're not alive anymore. Give you some time to visit, go around, see people, and just have your chance to say goodbye.
Yeah, I mean, it's gotta be. But I mean, as far as like as far as the mentality of the spirit,
Yeah.
Like I don't know, the way I look at it, like, 'cause you have all this, I'm assuming, because you have all this knowledge, and things that were unknown become known, and just everything expands from there. So maybe there's a period where it slowly happens.
Yeah.
Kind of like you're saying. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like some cultures have very strict rituals. Like Slavic countries will make sure to hang dark cloths over every mirror, because it's believed that the deceased will hang around for a period of like 3 days, and they don't want them getting stuck in the mirrors, or whatever that means. I don't know. But ancient Druids, as a side note, considered mirrors very mystical objects, and so maybe there's something to that there's another glimpse into another version of reality or whatever. I don't know, but they're very careful about that.
Wow.
What is it? Josie said, I've been dead for 3 minutes. I've seen my body on the table. Well, we're glad you made it back, Josie. I'm sorry you had that experience, but maybe it was a good thing for you. I don't know. That's profound, though. Welcome back, and hope you're okay now. Yikes. Okay. Let's go to the next one, and then we're going to probably move on to what the hell is that, and then the cryptid corner. They see someone I don't is the next one. I'm a nurse, and I've witnessed quite a lot with Alzheimer's people. They often develop their own scenarios in their own head, often accompanied by vivid hallucinations. Once during night shift, I heard a woman scream in fear. Checking on her, she managed to climb into her wheelchair in pure panic, wanting to flee from her bedroom. I was asking what's wrong, and she thought the building was on fire. Well, now what's important to mention here is People often make claims that people are just crazy or dreaming badly or something, but this is not the case. People with hallucinations have been found to actually see, hear, smell something when their hallucinations occur, as the same locations in the brain are stimulated as if they would get real impulses. Well, that woman actually saw fire. She actually smelled fire. She didn't just make that up to be crazy. It's what her brain told her was happening, and she was in a real panic for her life. And as the same applies to when those people see someone else in their room, when they want me to guide someone out of the bedroom who isn't actually there, seemingly standing right behind them. And it makes no sense to discuss with them that no one's there. To them, someone is there. And you better do your best effort of improvising to guide that someone, even if it's no one outside. Play along, and they'll be fine. This, to me, is one of the scariest things at work. They see something that you don't. Wow.
Well, isn't that okay? I think that one you have to be a little careful about.
Sure.
Because I do know for like there was a video of someone who was actually schizophrenic and was dealing with hallucinations that you're not supposed to tell them it's real. You're not supposed to do that. That's actually very bad for their process of trying to cope in the techniques of it. So,
well, maybe it's different though, because this is someone in the last part of their life, you know?
I mean, well, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, just in general, just to clarify that aspect.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if it wasn't like I guess a mental condition like that, then
yeah,
I guess, yeah.
Sure. And I don't disagree with you. I think that's, you want to get these people with mental disorders grounded. You want them back in the normal place where we're all hanging out and not drift into these alternate versions of reality, because sometimes they can be very dangerous,
Yeah, because that's a good point too, because I mean, if they are really, like you're saying, if they are actually experiencing these things, I mean, I don't know if it's good to actually confirm, like, oh yeah, okay, yep, you're seeing that, yep, that's over there, because you want them grounded, like you said.
Yeah, but if it's somebody that's going to be dying or is dying, it's like, yeah, okay. But I really firmly do believe that they are seeing something real. Like, it's not just a hallucination in some of these cases. Now, obviously that there was no fire because the nurse obviously didn't see a fire, but the sensation was absolutely real for the person. And maybe it's a challenge also. Maybe they would get combative if you said, no, there's no fire. What are you talking about? Or there's no one behind me. What are you talking about? We're all alone in here. Maybe that pushes them to a really bad place. I don't know.
Oh, Joanne says, we are taught to humor dementia patients when they're in a fantasy scenario, but redirect them.
Oh, interesting.
Redirection. Okay,
that's good. That makes sense. So it's a process. It's not like, oh, you must be on drugs there, Alice.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah, you don't make them feel crazy. Yeah, but
the hell's wrong with you, Alice? You're seeing what? Sorry if anybody's named Alice. I just grabbed a random name.
Just grabbed a name. Yeah.
Just grabbed a name. But yeah, I think it's got to be a balancing point. Barbara says, yeah, Alzheimer's is a tragic trip for the patient. Got to help the patient through the moment. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I think that's a very good point. Yep.
Yeah, that's true. Good points.
It's good points. I tell you, there's a bunch of them. We got a great audience. That's all I'm saying. You guys are amazing. I love how you guys come in and fill a lot of blanks in. Like if we have questions about something, somebody of you out there has an experience or is knowledgeable and plugs it in. And it's really cool. I think that's great.
There's a lot of knowledge, not a lot of knowledge always coming in different perspectives.
Yeah.
I love that aspect. I love that aspect of the community.
Yeah, me too. Absolutely. All right. We're going to get to another part of the show. What is this? Oh, I'm getting a message on Facebook.
Fake book. Fake book.
Yeah. All right. I'm looking for, where is it? I got to see where it is first. Okay, here it is. All right. We're going to get to the next segment of the show, ladies and gentlemen. This is one that we've been having a lot of fun with, and I hope you like it as much as we do.
What the hell is that?
That's the question. What the hell is that? And that's what we try to look into throughout the course of this segment, which is based on showing you, it might be videos, it might be sounds, it might be images that apparently depict paranormal events. Now, the object behind this is to see what you guys think. Like, I know if you're finding material online, 9 times out of 10, what you're looking at probably isn't real, or better, 9 times, maybe 999,999 times. I don't think it's that profound, but it's really hard to find genuine, legitimate paranormal evidence. It's not impossible. I think there are some very profound things posted online, but I think you have to look at these things through the eyes of a skeptic, because there's a lot of people out there faking a lot of stuff. And of course, with the advent of AI, it's becoming almost, if not completely impossible to know for sure. But we'll just look at things, and then I'm going to ask you guys in the audience to vote. And you chat vote, like, what do you guys think? Is this real or not? And in the chat, put a 1 if you think it's real, put a 0 if you think it's not. Or if you're somewhere in the middle, give me a decimal point of something, like 0.1, I kind of think there might be some to this, but probably not. Or 0.9, yeah, I'm almost there, but not quite. Let me know. The decimal addition was you guys. You guys brought that into the mix, and it makes sense. Like, there should be a kind of in-between factor. So give me a decimal number for those in between, like you're almost there believing, or mostly not believing, or if you're right in the middle. So we're going to look at some things that I've pulled up for you, and we'll see what you guys think. What was this one? Nothing? What is that? I'm going to refresh it. I just got something pulled up, and it's not refreshing at all.
Uh-oh.
Just a white thing. There it goes. Here it is. Here it is.
To the Barton man.
Whoops. All right, here we go. This is one from Instagram. I don't know if this was sent to me or not. I've had this one open for a while. I kind of forgot about it, and it's been on my taskbar on my computer forever. So we're going to pull up this one first. Comes from Instagram. The backstory of this is I'll pull it up on the screen first, and then I'll give you the backstory, and we'll have a listen or read what it says. I don't know if we have to listen or not, but let's see. What am I doing here? I'm going to go to this screen again. Okay, here it is. Scary Encounter is the page on Instagram. Check them out. They got a lot more of these kind of postings. And I love these kind of pages, because they give us a lot to work with, a lot to explore, a lot to discuss. So definitely go follow Scary Encounter on Instagram and find out what else they got up there. But this is posted 5 weeks ago. In 2001, a chilling video surfaced from Redlands, California, filmed inside the historic Barton Villa, a place many now call haunted. This is long before YouTube even existed, yet the footage somehow went viral. A group of friends had broken into an old abandoned mansion. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. One night to explore, and at first everything seemed normal. Just dark, creepy hallways and dusty rooms, but then they went upstairs and things took a terrifying turn. On the video, they captured what appears to be a demonic-looking figure holding something like a lantern. The creature was so tall it had to bend under the doorway just to move through. I'm going to scroll here, see what else it says. Panicked, the group ran out of the house immediately, and ever since then, people have claimed that a dark presence still haunts the second floor of the Barton Mansion. What do you think about it? Could be a demon or a djinn or something else entirely. Apparently, the credit for this one comes from Real Horror Talk, T-O-K. So check out Scary Encounters, and they got a bunch more of this stuff. But let's check out this video, see what you guys think. Here it is. You heard the backstory.
After exploring the outside.
All right, let's just So you've heard the story. This is them exploring the building, looking around. It is creepy, though. I've seen this. I did see this years ago, but I did see it again. They're upstairs now. They're on the second floor, looking around. They kind of hear a noise, and then watch what's on. It'll be on kind of the right side of your screen, or right side of the window there. There's a lot of dialogue happening. There it is. That was it. I wish I could like scroll it or do something. And this is them fleeing. If you didn't see it, there's a figure kind of ducked down like this, and it seems to be holding a lit lantern.
Oh, I remember this video.
You do, yeah? It's been around for a long time. Mm-hmm. Now, I will tell you, these guys' reaction, there it is. There's another close-up. What the hell is that? That is just creepy as hell. It is tall, though. Look at how it's having to duck down just to get under that door. That is creepy as hell. So, time to vote. Do you think these guys caught some legitimate paranormal evidence, or is there just a 7.5-foot squatter hanging out in this house? What do you guys think? Time to vote. Let me know in the chat. Give me a 1 for yes. That's real. You think. Give me a 0 for no. All right. Josie's all in. Yep. Josie's all in on this one. Oh, a lot of ones. Okay. Pixie, Rachel, T-Bone, and Yeshua, Aussie, Wizard, Kedstar, Joanne, and Elaine are all in. They're holding up lights. There's a window or mirror, elongated reflection. I don't know.
If they holding up lights? Yeah, I know that they have lights. Was that a question or a statement?
No, that's what she's saying. She's saying 0 because it's an elongated mirror.
Is it?
That's a doorway, though. That's a door frame.
I thought.
And the hand is definitely coming out of the door holding a lantern right there.
Yeah.
I don't know if I buy that or not. I'm not you're absolutely welcome to say whatever you guys think. And you could be absolutely right, but I don't think that's what I'm seeing. But it's a great statement to really look closer. It does look like the arm is actually out into the door. There's looking down the same path. Oh, gotta wait. That's the doorway on the right that they just went by. It does look shorter though. That door does look shorter though. So maybe it's not quite as huge as.
Oh, it is shorter. I see what you're saying.
That is a shorter door. That might only be a 5-foot door or 5.5 foot. So I don't think. I think that maybe it's not as big as it looks, just because we're looking at it like it's a normal like 6.5-foot door, or whatever doors are. I don't know what standard doors is, but that definitely is a smaller door frame than the other ones in that same hallway. Could be a crawl space, and it could very well be a squatter. Kitty Cattywack's halfway there. Phil Funk's all the way in there. Mike Prine is 0.1875. Okay.
0.1875.
1 because of the clothing. Barbara Morris says Car Juice is 1. Scary. It's still playing, dog. You can still see it on the screen. It's still playing. So I don't know. This is a tough one. It could very well be something paranormal, but if it's an abandoned building and they kind of force their way in, we don't know that it was empty. It could have somebody squatting in there. If it's holding a lantern, kind of sounds people-y. You know, not that ghosts are never seen holding lanterns, but that does look very much there. Could be a really strong manifestation. It does look creepy, though. It doesn't really look like a person in the traditional sense. It looks like.
Tell you what, when I was younger, I believed it.
Well, I still kind of do, but I can't discount the possibility that it is a squatter, maybe in an attic space there that's off the main hall. I don't know. You know, those old houses had a lot of side doors to go into crawl spaces and stuff. And if this person is squatting, it might be cold, and it's maybe easier to be warm in a little crawl space than a big room.
If I was homeless, abandoned house be perfect.
Yeah, it'd still be creepy though.
Well, yeah,
still be a little creepy. I don't mind visiting haunted places, but and the ones that I've lived in have been fine because you had a chance to get used to it. But yeah, that's strange. It is strange. I will say that. Oh, Dog Digger says 1. He's all in. So there you go. I'm only 5'5". That doorway seems huge. Well, you might not have to duck, Phil, but you know. I still think that door jamb is much smaller than the rest of the doors they look at.
Yeah.
So
it is.
It's probably a crawl space, and doesn't mean it couldn't be still something creepy and horrible living there.
I got to go with my gut.
Okay.
I think it's. I don't think it's paranormal.
Okay. Fair enough. It very well might not be. It's an incredibly profound capture, but it's not impossible.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The whole carrying the lantern things, it looks like a lantern, like a Coleman,
it does.
oil lantern that I have a couple of them hanging back here. And, the light is dimmer. So it's actually most probably a squatter, but it is very compelling. It's very, 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 very creepy. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's a real reaction and everything.
Yeah, their reaction is very genuine. Like, I'm sure they didn't expect to see that happen. And they weren't expecting someone to come out with a lantern. And God bless them. I would probably have the exact same reaction. Like, I'd go ghost hunting, but if I saw that coming out of a doorway, I'd be like, nope, I'm done.
We're out, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I'd want to see that much reality.
No.
So, because you don't know. I mean, you don't know what's wrong with that person if it is a person. I would be more afraid of it being a person than I would of a spirit.
I would too. That's the funny part.
Yeah, well,
it's actually scarier if it's not a ghost.
Yeah, I will put the link in the chats and you guys can check it out. Maybe on your own screen where it's a little bigger. I know some of you are watching through phones and it makes it really hard to get real visuals here, but
yeah,
that's crazy.
Oh, that's not the right link.
It's not?
That's the Zoom link.
That's the Zoom link. Oh, don't join that.
That's to get into the call.
Don't join that one because
that's the one I used.
How did I just copied it? Oh, I just pasted it in this freaking window. Let me do this. Here we go.
Go ahead, hide your comments.
Don't join.
Hide your comment.
I don't want to have to kick anybody out of my Zoom. That's weird. I actually copied it. Now I'm copying it again. There it is. That's an Instagram link.
Hide your comments.
I'm trying. I don't know how to do that through the video.
Just triple dot.
Yeah, but you got to understand. This is not the same.
Okay, I'm gonna try something. Hopefully, it doesn't screw anything up. Oh, okay. I can't. No, I can only block you. Okay.
Yeah, you can block me.
I can block you.
I don't.
Yeah.
I think you could said. I removed it from the Rumble, but I can't. I can remove it from YouTube, but not from the screen. So everybody type stuff quick. Just keep typing.
Get it off the screen.
That is the link, though. That's the link that's going to show you the video, the Instagram link. The other one is actually the Zoom connection. Nobody else joined. Thank you for not joining. Probably end up crashing the connection anyway if too many people join.
True.
Like, I'm up in the north tip of Idaho, and it's like it goes pretty good for connecting one person, but once you start connecting several with the minion and the missus both streaming all the time, it gets a little harsh.
Come on, hey guys, let's have a party. Let's go.
Hey, it's a Zoom party. No, it's not. It's not a Zoom party. All right, let's go to the next one. I've got more pulled up for you guys. That was interesting, though. What is this one then? Oh yeah. I don't need that one. That one's an old window. This one, I don't think we'll have a lot of argument about this one, ladies and gentlemen. I think you guys are all going to be on the same page. But this one surfaced. Sometimes we hear reports of these large things. This one comes from Alfred O'Fito on Facebook. Alfred O'Fito, F-I-T-O. You know what I heard today, Sheldon?
What's that?
And it just popped into my head for some stupid reason right now.
What's that?
That Dr. Pepper or Mr. Pibb is actually Coca-Cola and root beer mixed.
No way.
I don't know. I'm dying to try it now. Anybody try it out there? Have you ever tried mixing Coca-Cola and root beer?
I'm going to have to try that this weekend.
I know. That's what I'm thinking too. I'm like, yeah, I got to give that a shot. Apparently somebody did it on the video. They're like, no, that can't be right. And he mixes it up. He's like, oh my God. So it's a video. I don't know.
That's crazy.
Yep. Like a cola mixed with root beer. There you go. Might not have known that.
Combo.
Is Jose in here? Has he been in here?
Maybe. I haven't seen it.
I don't think I've seen Jose for a while. I don't know if he was in at the beginning of the night or not. But I know Jose speaks Spanish, so I was going to ask him what this says. But I think what it's saying on the screen, and I don't know why I'm thinking this, but it's all coming through to me now, that some people say approximately 50 new species are discovered every day. 20, I don't know what the last part says, but I don't know why I know the first part. That's weird. I mean, it does say 50 nuevas especies al dia. So that, yeah, I guess that's why, because I know enough Spanish to translate that. But here you go. Here we go. Let's put it up on screen. You guys can see it for yourself. This is the image. Is this real? Or is it not real? Now, it is a video, but I wish it didn't have music. How do I mute that? Where the hell's the mute? There it is. There, I can turn off the music now and we can just watch the video. What are we looking at here? Hey, Taz, good to see you over on Facebook. What do you think? Real or not real? Now, I will tell you, I've been at this a long time. This is meant to look like an old video clip. They even got the stock static in here. Personally, I'm thinking AI.
Nope. Yeah, no, I'm not buying that.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't believe it's a creature, but I also don't believe it's a man in a suit because
that little branch could hold all that weight. No way. No way.
Yeah. It'd be like me hanging onto a Q-tip, you know?
No.
Like, hey, I'm suspended on a Q-tip. No, probably not happening. Now, I will say bats are much lighter than, a comparatively sized other mammal because generally speaking, the musculature is different. The bones are usually hollow on flying things, so they are lighter, but I don't think this is real. Looks like most of you guys don't think so either. So far, we've got Katie says, no, that's Fate ASF, says man from the West. Mm-hmm. Joanne says, not. She's not buying this.
No.
Blues Chick says, nope, not buying it. Benno says, freaky. Rachel's not buying it. Kedstar's not buying it. Tim Hoffman gave it a negative 0.1. Not only is it not real, it owes us truth at this point.
It owes us a fact, yeah.
It owes us honesty. Aussie Boss Tiger's at halfway. Yeah, willing to entertain it. Taz says, interesting, not wanting to run into anything like that, but AI too much now. Yeah, I think it's AI too. The ears don't move. That's kind of a good point, yeah. They are very static. Actually, I don't know if bats' ears move or not, honestly, to be honest. I don't know if they articulate them. They generally are pointed very forward, though, because they use echolocation.
Fruit bats, their ears move.
Oh, do they? Okay. Yeah, there you go.
They look like little puppies.
Oh, cool. Caitlin says, nope. Benno's about just over halfway, 0.69. Author BJ Lapierre, nope. Yeshua, nope. It's AI using real bad image, 0.5, says Annie.
Wait. Tanya says the right wing is not attached.
I noticed there's a gap underneath the armpit where like the light shows through. It's like, huh? Now I don't think that's the case even in real bats. I think the membrane is pretty consistently attached there, but
oh, I see it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know what that is. Wizard Moon, nope. Elaine, nope. Owl Woman, nope. Fake Zero, 420 Man from the West. Kel says nope. Ocean, nah. Yeah. 0.3, Mike Prine says Griffin. I don't think that's a Griffin. But Michelle says nope. Phil Funk says nope. T-Bone says less than one. Absolutely. And yeah. Okay. Karen says nope. And what do we got over in Rumble? No way. AI 0. Barbara gave us 3 answers in a row. And Car Juice, no, don't think that's real. There you go. I think we're all in agreement. It's the liability of our modern age now with AI. You can't trust what you're seeing. There's an old saying that says, believe nothing you hear and about half of what you can see. And it's never been more true now since the advent of AI.
God, yeah.
So yeah, that's tragic really, but it's kind of neat and it's interesting, but check out this guy's channel. He might post a bunch more of this. I don't know. So
that is what I would expect like a vampire that turned into a bat would look like though.
Maybe
something like that.
Yeah, I guess.
The whole legend of shape-shifting vampires,
Well, yeah, shapeshifters anyway. Sure. Yep.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. There you go. And I think we'll do one more here and then we'll get on to the cryptids because we got to get some more cryptids in here.
That's right.
I don't remember this. I don't remember what this one is. I really hate how Facebook, if you have more than one Facebook tab open, it opens the same chat on all of them. It's like if I close it on one tab, make it go away on all of them. Shouldn't have to do that on every freaking tab. All right. This one is from the Scarecast. And this is a different channel. I've never run into them before, but I found them when I found this. And this is a video. I don't know what we're dealing with sound. I don't know what we're dealing with claims. Here, let me read what it says. Experience real chills as this Reddit user's home security camera catches a shadowy figure gliding across the hallway and then vanishing into thin air. And then it goes on to say, is it just a glitch or proof of real paranormal activity? All right, well, let's show less there. And I'll bring it over to the window and we'll have a look. So we're looking at an apparition going across the hallway from a Reddit user and a home security camera. Let's take a look. And I want to turn off the sound. There we go. Did this home security capture ghost? There it is. That really looks ghostly.
Ooh.
That's not bad. That's not a bad capture at all. That's pretty impressive.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it definitely has the not bug looking thing. It definitely has height and approximates a human silhouette.
It goes with the it goes with the pixelation of the camera too.
Sure, it matches the resolution. Yep.
There we go. Yes, that's the word I was looking for.
No, that's fair enough. I mean, we all know what you meant. It does look pretty convincing to me, actually. Could it be faked? Yeah. But what we're looking at this, if it was indeed captured by a home security camera, this could very legitimately be, catching the holy grail of ghost research, and that is to try to catch an apparition. And it's very rare, but it does happen. Now, in a case of home security cameras, you got a much, much higher likelihood of capturing one of these because they're always filming. They're always paying attention. So very cool. In my estimation, this could very well be real. It could also be faked, but just judging by what I can see, it does look like a security cam. At least the resolution does. And that does.
Sorry.
What? Go ahead. What?
Sorry. Author illustrator says looks like a tall SpongeBob though. His square body and head. I saw it. I kind of see it too right there.
I'm ready.
Oh my God.
There we go. Could be a SpongeBob. But what do you guys think? We got some answers already. Let's take a look. 0.8 from Benno. Looks like 1 from Caitlin, 1 from Timothman, 1 from Aussie Tiger. Rachel says 1. Lenda's all in on this. T-Bone's all in. Lizard Moon, halfway there. And SpongeBob, says illustrator BJ Lapierre. Kedstar's all in on this one. Michelle Wolfong is all in. Joanne's all in. And about halfway there for Karen Alberding. And Yeshua is all in on this. 0.5 on Blues Chick. Josie says 1. Elaine says halfway there. Mike Prine's halfway there. And Owl Woman says halfway there. Then over on Rumble, we got Barbara says 1. And Car Juice is at 0.75. So almost there. Fair enough. Again,
Not a good, yeah.
I'm not suggesting it couldn't be faked. It sure could. I mean, there's always everything we look at, folks, has got the risk of possibly being AI. Because you can make AI look low res. You can make it look like a security camera. You can make it look like whatever you want. But if this is indeed footage from a security camera, it looks legitimate to me. A lot of times apparitions don't stay formed and just walk through. They will kind of phase. They're in a state of flux. An actual apparition is very rarely always look like a person. It'll be like this shifting, changing, human-like structure. Most apparitions captured are very much like this. Like, it looks like a person in some of the frames. Others, it's a little more ambiguous and odd. So, but again, you be the judge. I'm not meaning to substantiate this or say, yes, you should believe. I love that you guys all have your own ideas about this, but very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. So I think that was a good one to end it on for the what the hell is that, right?
What the hell was all that?
What the hell was it? Well, that one might have been a ghost. So we're going to start the next leg of the journey, and that is this one. Because ladies and gentlemen, we're heading to the dark, forbidden spaces while we explore the cryptid corner. That's my theatrical version of that. Did that sound good, Sheldon?
Sounded great.
I'm actually going to record it to the video clip as well, but I haven't done that yet.
You should.
I haven't done that yet. Wes.
What?
No, it's nothing about any of this. It has to do with that sound file that I had to change because of the claim.
Oh, what do you say about it?
It said it's not for publication.
Okay.
All right. He texted me. That's hilarious. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Scripted Corner. Speaking of Wes, he provided all of the content for this segment tonight, and we're going to get into that now.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's put together a whole bunch of cool articles on his blog, and this is great stuff to cover for the Cryptid Corner. Some of it's very historical and informative, dealing with some older information. And I think that's great because we have a whole spectrum of people with different levels of awareness of things like cryptozoology and Bigfoots, Sasquatch. Some of you guys are more knowledgeable than 10 of me, and others of you maybe have a very slight bit of knowledge about Bigfoot. So these will be good. And I got to do only one thing. I got to zoom it in because my browser made it small. Whoops, a little too much there. 150. We're going to 150 on the magnification here. So here we go. I just got to bring it up. Again, special thanks to Wes for letting us use this. And he messaged me today, said, hey, I got some great stuff for the Cryptid Corner. So such a wonderful friend and supporter of the show. Here we go. This is the first article from Sasquatch Chronicles blog, ladies and gentlemen. If you're familiar with Sasquatch Chronicles, that is an amazing show, and this is the companion piece to that show. So if you're not checking out SasquatchChronicles.com, you're really missing a lot of information that Wes makes available every day. So support what he's doing by visiting the blog. And if you dig the show, you can get a second episode by becoming a member. So you get 2 episodes a week rather than just 1.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. November 18th, the skunk ape history. Why is it called the skunk ape? Here we go. And this is a great, we did a news piece just the other day about Dave Shealy down in down in Florida about the skunk ape. So this is some background information, and that's very timely and perfect. The skunk ape history. All right, the skunk ape is Florida's version of Bigfoot, but there are some important historical, cultural, and environmental reasons of why it's called that, plus a lot of key reported sightings. Why is it called the skunk ape? The name skunk ape largely comes from the strong, unpleasant smell that many witnesses say accompanies the creature. Reports consistently describe odors like rotten eggs, sulfur, or a wet dog type of funk. According to many eyewitnesses, the smell can hit before the creature is ever seen. Some suggest the odor comes from natural oils in its fur or from swamp gases. The skunk ape is most often reported in Florida's swamps and wetlands, like the Everglades and Big Cypress National Preserve, which is a very different environment than the forested mountainous regions where Bigfoot is usually reported. Its swampy habitat contributes to the idea that it's adapted to humid, water-filled landscapes, so the swamp ape label is also used. Native American tribes in the region, especially the Seminole and the Miccosukee, have long told stories of a large, hairy swamp beings, and as sightings became more common in the mid-20th century, Floridians adopted skunk ape and swamp ape, rather than simply calling it Bigfoot, making it part of their own regional cryptid tradition. Stories about large hairy swamp creature go back centuries. As Florida was being settled and developed, swamp stories crept into pioneer tales, and by the mid-20th century, modern skunk ape reports really began to pick up. 1957, 2 hunters claimed their camp was invaded by an ape-like creature. And this was among earlier mainstream skunk ape reports that gained publicity. The hunters reported a creature that was covered in reddish-brown hair, and they reported the creature was more than 7 feet tall. It allegedly ransacked their camp, throwing gear all around with such force that the hunters were shaken and frightened. According to one of the hunters, throwing equipment around with incredible force. The eyes of the creature reportedly reflected light like the eyes of a cat when illuminated by the campfire or other light sources. The creature supposedly had a strong, foul smell. After causing chaos in their camp, the creature reportedly disappeared into the night, vanishing back into the swamp. Law enforcement encounters. In 1974, Palm Beach County Sheriff's deputies Marvin Lewis and Ernie Milner reported being stalked in a grove by an ape-like creature. And they said it walked bipedally, left large footprints, and they recovered hair snagged on a barbed wire fence. The fence itself had been pushed down. The 2 deputies shot at the creature, and after shooting the creature, reportedly grunted and fled back into the swamp, into dense vegetation. According to later interviews, Lewis in particular insisted the creature was real. The location is west of Lantana in Palm Beach County, in or near grove/citrus areas bordering or adjacent to swamp/Everglades terrain. Sources note that these years coincided with record drought and wildfires in the Everglades region, which may have driven wildlife, or whatever this creature was, closer to human-populated areas. The hair was sent for analysis, but it mysteriously disappeared. Of course it did. Of course.
Yeah.
Before conclusive results were made public, the deputies reported the creature was very large, possibly 7 to 12 feet tall, and had silver gray to brown fur. During that time, there was even a proposed bill in the Florida legislature in 1977 to make it illegal to take, possess, harm, or molest anthropoid or humanoid animals. Dave Shealy, out of 2000, Dave Shealy runs the skunk ape research headquarters near Okapi in Big Cypress, and he claims multiple personal encounters, and in 2000 filmed a creature moving through Cypress Swamp. And that's not a video, I don't think. Is it? No, it's just an image. Yeah, but there is a video of this thing moving through there.
Wow.
Interestingly, another show went to this same location and had the reporter run through this or walk through this as fast as they could. There's a certain time frame that it takes to get from the one tree line all the way across to another. And the reporter was exhausted. And this is a person that exercises, does a lot of cardio, was exhausted halfway through and said, I can hardly lift my legs. And this thing powers right through it in the video. So it's really an incredible footage.
Jeez.
So there you go. Here's Dave Shealy's video, actually. And this is posted on Smithsonian Magazine on YouTube. So let's check this out. And it's, here it is, powering through. And it kind of stands upright and then just leans into it and just starts going, I think. I mean, it doesn't run. It's just got this really fast stride. So it's at the trees there. How long is this? 2 minutes? Yeah, we can watch it. We can watch it. This is informative, but this is actually Dave Shealy's video that he took. And that's what he went on to run the Skunk Ape headquarters after seeing this. Kind of spurned his whole career into looking into this, I think. So, I don't know, is this the end of it or is that the beginning or where are we going here? I want to see the part where it's really powering through. I think it's here. I'm going to click ahead. I'll give you guys a link to this. You can check out the video at length for yourself. So it came out of those trees and it's making it over to another place. And there it is, just powering through it. Just boom, boom. Now, I got to say the arms don't look exceptionally long, but they do look a little long. There, now it's really starting to move. It's kind of like started to jog. And apparently the person was in this same area. And I guess that grass is like really sharp and scratches and stuff. Oh. So I don't know. But anyway, it's a cool video. The Mayaka photos from 2000 is another famous Florida piece of proof. In 2000, 2 photographs arrived anonymously to the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office. The sender claimed to be a woman who lived near Mayaka River, and she said that a large ape-like creature had been coming into her backyard for 3 nights, stealing apples from her porch. In her letter, she speculated it might even be an escaped orangutan. The photos show a hulking, dark, reddish-brown figure with long arms, glowing eyes, likely from the camera flash, and dense fur. Because of the location, which is the Mayaka River area, and appearance, cryptid fans dubbed these the Mayaka skunk ape photos. And it is hunched over. This, I think this is a palmetto is the name of this plant. And I guess these get pretty tall. So this is huge, and the arm is hanging way down here. This is a famous picture. It's been around forever, but it's never been disproven. It does have very orangutanish features, but the body structure is not the same as an orangutan.
God, those are long arms.
Yeah, they are. They're hanging right out of frame, so they're low. Sightings are still reported. According to Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission, there have been reports in counties like Collier, Naples County, Citrus, Inverness, and Martin, Sewell's Point, and many of these reports continue to emphasize the order and a large hairy biped descriptions. So there you go. This is a little background information on the skunk ape. Now we know. I never heard of swamp ape before, though. I might have heard it, but I just discarded it, but it came all back.
Sounds familiar.
It does. I mean, I've heard of rock apes. I've heard of, that was what they called them in Vietnam. There is the whole ape theory that Sasquatch is just an ape that hasn't been identified yet. But at any rate, yeah, swamp ape. I'm sure we've covered it, but it just was gone from my head until we read this article. So It came back. There it is. That's the first one, but we got more. I'll do one more. We're going to do a little bit overtime. For those of you that want to go and get ready for Spaced Out Radio, I understand. I'm going to read one more of these, though. And this one's a little shorter, so it won't take too long. This one's from November 18th, the prime hook swamp creature. Prime hook swamp creature, often called the swamp ape of Delaware, was reportedly sighted from the 1970s through the 1990s in Prime Hook National Wildlife Refuge in Sussex. The X couldn't make that X sound. Sussex County, Delaware. Eyewitnesses typically describe the creature as 7 to 9 feet tall, muscular and broad-shouldered, often standing upright and walking bipedally. Its dark brown to black fur is sometimes matted, and its head is rounded with ape-like, occasionally featuring a pronounced brow ridge. Some reports even mention a strong swamp-like odor reminiscent of Florida's skunk ape. According to observers, the creature moves quickly and silently through the swampy terrain and has been seen wading through the water and sometimes climbing low trees. Large human-like footprints, in some cases up to 18 inches long, which is a huge foot. Like the prints we have, I think, are about 16, the cats that we have.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And have been found in muddy areas of the swamp. Witnesses also report that the creature produces howling, screeching, or grunting vocalizations during the night. 1970s reports, local hunters and fishermen reported seeing a large ape-like creature moving near Prime Hook Creek. These early reports were sporadic but persistent. In the 1980s through the 90s, sightings of the Prime Hook swamp creature became more frequent as additional people explored the refuge. One fisherman reported a 7-foot-tall dark creature stalking his boat for several minutes before vanishing into the reeds. Thank you, T-Bone. I'm going to thank you officially in a second here. Campers have described large footprints and strange nocturnal noises, sometimes accompanied by the odor of rotten vegetation, while hunters have observed a large upright creature running across open marshes. And although it's not as widely known as Florida skunk ape or the beast of Bladenboro, the Prime Hook swamp creature has dedicated following among cryptid enthusiasts. Local wildlife officials note that many reports are likely misidentifications, such as black bears. I don't buy that at all. Wild boars or deer, but some sightings remain unexplained. Many cryptid researchers suggest the Prime Hook swamp creature may represent a small East Coast population of Bigfoot-like beings. It shares several characteristics with Bigfoot and the skunk ape, yet it is uniquely associated with the marsh and the swamp habitats of Delaware. While no physical evidence has ever been confirmed, sporadic eyewitness accounts continue to emerge, keeping the legend alive. One of the more unusual reports occurred in July 2007 when a woman named Helen J. was driving on Broadkill Road near the Prime Hook National Wildlife Refuge around dusk with her daughter, and they spotted a small creature standing at the edge of the swamp by the side of the road. The creature was described as 2.5 to 3 feet tall, could be a pukwudgie, with long legs, a tan body, a flat pug-like face, small ears, and a long tail. What the hell is that? That's not Bigfooty.
Wow.
Curious, Helen asked around locally and learned from a Broadkill Beach store owner that she and her father had seen a similar creature years earlier while dirt biking in the area. When Helen inquired on the Prime Hook Visitor Center, staff admitted they had no explanation for the creature. Helen also reported that in a later year, her other daughter and a friend encountered a very similar creature in the same swampy area at this time of night as it ran across the road in front of their car. Well, there you go. I mean, they don't have
2.5 to 3 feet tall, long legs, tan body, flat pug-like face,
and a tail.
and a tail.
I don't know what that could be. That's
a very unique description.
That's very atypical for a Bigfoot kind of thing. Definitely the legs of a Bigfoot are generally about the same length as the arms, whereas as humans, our legs are much longer than our arms. So it's one way that it helps to identify when you're looking at evidence is if those proportions work for a person, then it's probably a person. If the proportions work for the Bigfoot and they're almost equally lengthed, then it might be a Bigfoot.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but very cool stuff at any rate. And that's about where we're going to call it quits. We're going to do the more of these tomorrow night on the show. Special thanks again to Wes for posting these up and making them available to us. Very
Thank you,
cool.
Wes.
Very cool. All right. Ladies,
we got to thank T-Bone.
we got to
here.
thank T-Bone, don't we? That's right.
Yeah.
I got to scroll up here. First of all, T-Bone gets a round of applause. Thank you so much. Looks like Mary Wins got one. Gray Squirrel got one. On a Pedigo got one. Sam Squatch got one. And Michael Rallen, 69. Okay. I don't know if the 69 is the YouTube thing or not, but anyway. Congratulations, all 5 of you. You are now month-long members of the show. And
welcome.
Thanks for giving it a whirl. T-Bone, you're making magic here tonight. Thank you so much for all of that. It's been an incredibly generous tonight. Many of you have been, so thank you all so much for that and for making it happen. But, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be about the show tonight. Sheldon, anything in closing?
Absolutely, guys. Don't forget, paranormalportal.net is where to go to keep up to date with everything Paranormal Portal that's coming out, whether it's new podcast, new episode when we're going live, as well as your own interview me button. You can schedule your very own interview if you have an amazing story to share, as well as discord.gg/paranormal portal right in the chat as well is the community hub for the Paranormal Portal, where everyone's sharing their links, discussions, all up in every single thread up in there. Feel free, check it out, join up.
There you go. That's going to do it for us. So the only thing the Ghost Box said tonight was list. And that was interesting when I was talking about being on a shit list.
That's funny.
It said list right after that. So, all right, that's going to do it for us. Anyway, good night, everybody. I'll be back tomorrow night, same time. So we do these live shows Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. If you're new to the show, come back 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Work it out for your time zone, but I'll be here waiting for you. I'll be back tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I hope you'll join me. And we'll see what we can get into then. So until then, ladies and gentlemen, remember, we love you all. Be good, be kind, be nice. Take care of each other. Help each other out. Find the magic in every day, and remember to laugh as much as you can. Well, take care, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow night on the portal. Good night.
Good night.